Welcome back to the Stank, episode number 44. Throw 'em up.
Oh, a, hmm.
Woo!
Wow, that's right. Four horsemen.
Mean! My God!
Are
Gene!
are my fingers too dainty?
Woo! No, you have bigger hands than me. Look at my shit.
Yeah, but like my fingers feel like they're like floating on cotton candy when I put them up. Like, look at that.
No, you got thick hands, Daddy. Anytime I give you a pound, I'm intimidated.
I don't think anything about me has ever been called thick but my hands, so I guess it's a compliment.
You know it's not thick? That fucking shirt. I'll tell you that.
Listen, coming at me with the shirt again. You just did it before when we were recording the Patreon episode.
Yep.
And now you're hitting me again.
Yeah, you look like a gay relief pitcher. I just try to throw as many pass balls as I can.
Raleigh finger blast. I think, listen, I defended it before. I'll defend it again. I think it's a good shirt. I will say this, though. Becca is like, I'm pretty sure the next time I take the shirt off, it's going to go missing. Becca will throw it out.
You look like you teach salsa dancing for couples.
What a bad thing that is.
Not saying it's bad. I'm just saying you look
Trying
like
to give
it.
some people some rhythm, add some spice into some people's relationships.
Do you know how to dance bachata?
I can do a little bit of todo.
Oh.
I've been practicing my Telemundo voice recently.
Yeah, everybody on Telemundo. Why is everybody so hot on that? Guys, girls, it's just the hottest channel on earth.
I've slowly realized that every other country on this planet has way hotter people than our country.
Yep.
I mean, Ludacris said it best, pimping all over the world, man. I mean,
Luda!
what do you can't deny it.
What's wrong
How are
with
you? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? I'm good. I'm stressed. I've been stressed because of my damn auto insurance and my license. I've been stressed because people are trying to come at me, trying to shoot for the king.
Yeah, they're coming. Best not miss.
Trying to hit me in the dome piece.
Best not miss.
Listen, I always say you shoot for the kiss, you better shoot for the kiss. You shoot for the king.
I'll shoot for the kiss too. I don't give a fuck.
You shoot for the kiss. You shoot for the king. You better kill the king. Because if I'm coming at you full force, which I'll do in a little bit.
Oh, all right. I thought you wanted to. No, go into it now. Let them know.
No. I'll do it in a little bit.
Okay.
Before that, Danny, I want to hear about you. How are you, baby? How's it going down in the Sunshine State?
Sunshine State. The sun is actually out today, which is nice because I have a couple more errands I need to run today. Yesterday, it was a monsoon. Flooded the streets.
Really?
Yeah, it was terrible down here.
Did you rescue that albino palm tree from outside, or is that just fake greenery you have?
It's real.
That is not real.
Let me have this.
Nothing on this planet angers me more than fake greenery. I think it's the tackiest thing.
Yeah, well, you want to know something, Frankie?
Yeah, I do.
I feel the same way.
About what? My shirt?
I like my aesthetic. I got a Stank sign.
It's very nice. I like that. I got a couple Megazords back here.
Yeah, you do. Fuck you.
Gotcha.
But all of these at nighttime, they light up.
But it's not nighttime right now. I mean, what was that?
I was gonna sing.
I like
You
that.
cut me off.
What have you been watching, Danny? What did you watch since last time we spoke?
Okay. Last time we spoke, I watched Capone.
Oh, I started watching it too.
I will say, I think the movie is very misunderstood.
I will kind of agree with you there because I felt like it was a bit all over the place.
100% it is.
I was watching it and again, you hear Capone, you hear a movie with like that, and then you see Tom Hardy, you think there's going to be a bit more of an edge to it, and at least from what I saw, and I would say I watched maybe, a little more than a third, maybe 40%. You expect there to be a bit more of an edge to it, and this movie is just about this guy just like losing his mind, shitting his pants, and just being an awful person. I tried chewing on a cigar like that. Can't do it.
I don't know how he does that. It's the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen.
It doesn't look cool. It looks hard, like it hurts his mouth.
Yeah. I think the one good thing that this film captured, listen, like Linda Cardellini's in it. Matt Dillon's in it. It's acted well. Kyle MacLachlan, my guy, Twin Peaks. Agent Dale Cooper. It's well acted. It's just a little bit all over the place. But I think it just dives in kind of to like the horror of somebody having to live with dementia, but it just happens within this notorious gangster.
Yeah, I
And
think
how
it's tough.
terrifying it could be to like not know where the fuck you are, and like you have all these wild thoughts, and then also you have all these suppressed memories of killing people, you know, your upbringing, you know. But the thing is that a lot of it was based on some non-factual events, so that's what kind of ruined it for me. Is that I want, at least it's like, yo, if he has dementia, I understand, but like let's make things factual. And a lot of the things weren't factual, so it was just a little off-putting in terms of like when you see the name like Capone, it's like, all right, we're gonna have the whole thing, but then it's just like the last year of his life all fucked up, and he's like you said, he's shitting his pants and like shitting in the bed.
Yeah, this was made, written and directed by Josh Trank, the guy that did the 2015 Fan Four Stick movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we mentioned that last week, but from what I watched, it seemed like this was the first movie he's directed since then, I believe, the first major motion picture. And it seems like he was kind of channeling his own experiences through this movie, where all the issues that arose out of such a poor experience working, you know, with Fox with the Fan Four Stick movie are coming back. They came back to haunt him. And it seems like he's kind of channeling that through his work. The movie was a lot more introspective, but it's also tough because how accurate can that be because of how the neurosyphilis was affecting Capone? You know what I mean? So I found it was interesting, and I had an idea going into it what it was going to be and how it would be a little different, but I still think it moved a little too slow for me. I'll probably finish it, but
I'm just happy. The runtime is an hour and 43 minutes, so it's like it's not the longest movie. I think if the movie was longer, it would have definitely been harder to finish for sure. Because it's like, how many times, like, all right, we get it, he's losing his mind, but like, we don't need 2.5 hours of that. So the runtime, I agree with.
I'll say this: I think it would be easier to watch. Personally, it'd be easier to watch if the accent with Capone was not so jarring, because it was like aggressively like, and sometimes it's hard to hear him. Like there are points where they give him, you know, subtitles, but like I think the thing that like Tom Hardy is kind of getting cast now as someone who can kind of work through aggressive accents, aggressive, you know, face, you know, prosthetics or coverings or something like that. And the accent threw me off a little bit because it was tough. It was tough to like, I had to like, what? Literally, I watched most of the movie like this, like, huh?
Yeah.
And this guy straight up dumps his pants in bed.
I couldn't imagine shitting so hard that it would come through my pants like that.
Dude, not only that, if you watch it and it's like he like it exploded out of his ass and then he rolled around in it like a swine.
And he's like,
good for
shit my fucking pants.
Good for the real life wife of Al Capone, because if she did have to deal with that, boy, oh boy, that must be tough. Can you imagine waking up to someone dumping their pants in bed next to you? Could you imagine how awful that must be? I mean, it's sad because he was sick, but like at the same time, like, have you ever pooped your pants in your sleep?
Hell no.
I think I thought I did when I was a kid once, but I ended up just falling asleep on a banana.
What?
Yeah. I was sleeping over at my friend's house, and we were trying to stay up to watch Mad TV. And I fell asleep. We got a banana to try to stay awake, and I woke up in the morning on the couch, and I went to the bathroom in my pajamas. I was like, dude, no way. I was like, there's no way I crapped my pants. And I smelled my pants, and I was like, that's banana. And lo and behold, I go over, and there was just a mashed up banana under where I was sleeping. I felt bad, but what are you going to do?
Hell the fuck.
Sometimes you fall asleep on a banana, Danny.
Yo, the worst thing is falling asleep and not trying to fall asleep, and then the 5 seconds of fucking fear that you have when you wake up. You got to check immediately what time it is, look outside, where's the sun, what day is it?
No, that's why I don't like napping. I don't think I've ever taken a nap and woke up like refreshed. I've taken naps and woken up like like in panic.
Yeah, like I've been trying to take less naps because I'm starting to get worried that it's causing me to have like insomnia.
Yeah, I haven't been sleeping well as it is. So anything I can do to avoid messing up my sleep cycle, I will probably do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What else have you been watching? Anything else?
I started watching. Okay, Outlands.
What is that?
Have you seen that show? Like with the kids and shit.
You mean Outer Banks?
Outer Banks. I'm sorry, not Outlands. I watched something else though too. The Lacey Peterson thing on Hulu.
Oh, I think I watched some of that. I don't remember if I watched the whole thing.
All right, let me ask you this before we talk about whatever the Outer Banks. That show fucking sucks.
Dude, Becca's like, "Oh, are you sure you don't want to watch this?" And I was like, "Look at this. It's sepia-toned 16-year-olds cranking each other out in the back of a Jeep Wrangler. No way I want to watch this."
I watched one episode and I was like, this show fucking sucks.
You know who loves that show, and it's going to tell you exactly what you need to know about this person? Davino.
Also, Davino's also like 32 years old and loves Disney, so it's hard for me to like go back.
And has a pirate tattoo.
Yeah,
you can't win if you're Davino.
Yeah, and he tried to give away his chinchilla on Instagram Live yesterday, so I can't take like anything serious.
This poor kid can't catch a break. I've seen him cry because I believe it was his chinchilla, I believe it was his old chinchilla. I seen him cry because its eyes were so crusty. It had like the eye crust. It literally sealed its eyes closed, and he sat there and cried.
Poor guy.
He just loves his animals, and they find unique ways to kill themselves to get away from him.
Davino is just always on hanging on by an emotional thread.
Oh yeah, he's one of those people like, when you ask someone how you doing, they'll be like, "I'm all right. How about you?" Davino's one of those people you ask like, "Davino, how you doing?" Oh. Man, how much time you got?
I don't know, man. I'm all right.
Movies, TV, video game. All right, what was the question you were going to ask? Forgot it completely.
No. What were we? Oh. Okay. Do you think someone should be convicted of murder with no forensic evidence?
Ooh, that is tough. Because no forensic evidence does not necessarily lead to a lack of evidence that could be damning. A lack of evidence that could prove beyond a reasonable doubt that something happened. For instance, if you have, if you and I, conspired to kill someone and there's money between us and we basically confirm like, yeah, I killed this person, blah, 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 or like there's everything else except for forensic evidence telling us, it's tough. It might be, it's a difficult thing to, to kind of pinpoint. And I assume you're talking about the Lacey Peterson stuff.
Yes. So like he got life, death sentence. Casey Anthony got off. So if you think about it, it's two stories. One was in California, one was in Florida, but they both lack forensic evidence that could prove. They both have cadavers, but they both can't prove that this happened because of the other person.
The thing that's tough specifically with situations like the two that you brought up is a majority of violent, I believe they're violent assaults or violent crimes, are perpetrated by someone in the family, someone close. Therefore, someone who there would be a legitimate reason for their evidence or trace evidence to be on that person. For instance, with Lacey Peterson, Scott Peterson, I can't speak for the exact, but what I'm saying is like if they had found his skin cells underneath her fingernails, a defense attorney for Scott Peterson would say, yeah, well that makes sense because they were married
and have sex and all that.
Like she would scratch his back or they would engage in so and so. Yeah, so it's tough because if there is a possible defendable reason for why that trace evidence would be there and forensic evidence would be there, it could be difficult to prosecute.
God damn, dude!
I went to school for this stuff, so I'm on it.
Did you really,
dude? I went to school for criminal justice.
I always forget that,
dude. Investigative services. That was my concentration.
Frankie, entertain the masses. My fucking thing is about to die because the thing's not plugged in. Fuck.
Go ahead. I got this. All right. Hey now, with the same now, about to put her down. Yeah, come on, ride with the rain hair. And it looks great now. When everything goes shake down. Damn, Disney about to shut us down. All right, what other theme songs can I sing at the top? One fun day was a wolf and a bird. He was born in a cosmos. No, no three-eyed frog. It's a P9 K9 little cat. No cat. No. No. In the world with a little cat. No. That was impressive. I can't even be mad about that. I sang the That's So Raven and Cat Dog theme song while you were gone. So.
All right, good. That's better content than most of the
Texas Laboratory. He is the smartest boy you've ever seen, but Didi blows his experiments to smithereens.
Is that Dexter's Laboratory?
Did you say laboratory?
Yeah.
Where were you born? Bloodpool, England?
Hey!
Let me guess. It's aluminium to you.
Nuclear.
Yeah, that's right.
Nuclear.
People say nuclear.
Nuclear.
I probably say a little bit of both every now and then. But Danny, as we do it every week after we talk about what we've watched, we need to know the Danny's Animal Crossing check-in.
I can't get over how good that is. I'm going to tell you two.
Do the little grumpy boys, too. The grumpy boys are like,
okay.
It's good.
So now that I have my house, I've run into a little bit of trouble. I think it's time that I have to go to other people's islands.
Come to mine.
Because I don't have certain things that would sell for like higher prices because they're on other people's islands and shit.
Like what?
Like different fruits and shit. Like, you know, like I want some different fruits. I want some different kind of fish. I want some different shit. And I haven't been exploring.
Listen.
What do you got over there?
You come over, I'll take care of you.
What do you got?
I got cherries. I got oranges. I got pears. I got coconuts.
I don't have coconuts.
I got it all. Listen.
I haven't seen it
for you if you need it. Listen to me. I tell you like this once and for all. Where you going? Oh, this kid. He loves you. Get up. I tell him this. If you need, oh, look at that. It's a real coconut.
Oh, there's milk in there.
How do you have a real coconut? Oh, bite it.
Florida, baby.
It right now. Bite into it.
Oh, fuck.
Chop it. I want to see you milk it.
Dude, I need a machete to open this thing.
You're going to tell me you don't have a machete?
I don't have one on me.
You're a liar. You're an absolute liar. Danny, I will give you everything and anything that you need.
I need fucking
You
money.
just need to give me 1% of anything that you take.
I could do that.
Well, should have made 1% of anything you profit from.
Do they have like wire transfers?
No, I don't think you can gift money either, but I can go to your island and I think I can just drop money. I'm pretty sure I've done that to someone else's island before.
Very, very shaky.
Yeah, I'm not handing the money over to you, but I'm dropping it in a place that I am no longer going to be visiting. If you catch my drift.
Oh!
All right, Danny, we got a couple.
But yeah, I need more shit. I'm gonna share my fucking code on Patreon. Because here's why: the patrons, they pay to see us do our exclusive things, and Yeezy Island is exclusive. So
I like that.
Dropping my friend code on Patreon,
and that's for all patrons.
That's for all patrons, baby, except for
me. You won't give it to me ever, guys.
No. I take that back. You can come.
Thank you, guys. As Danny's saying this, though, make sure you check out patreon.com/Stank Podcast and click the tier.
You said don't.
What?
You said don't.
I said make sure you check it out.
No, you didn't. You said don't go there.
I said go there.
Fix it.
Listen to me. Go there.
I don't trust you, Phyllis.
Go to patreon.com/Stank Podcast. Pick a tier that works for you. Every tier gets you access into our weekly episodes that we put on there Tuesday mornings. And then from the $10 tier up, you get entered into a exclusive giveaway every single month where you get hopefully if you win, you get to pick. June's giveaway is a year of Disney Plus, a $50 Amazon gift card, or a copy of Last of Us 2. Check it out. And $50 tier gets you a exclusive Skype call every single month with Danny and I, and a shout out per episode. So why don't we shout out our people right now? Our $50 tiers right now: Nathaniel Wright, Nicole Derelou, and U.S. Navy Lady Veteran. Thank you guys so much for your continued patronage, and we'll be contacting you soon to do that Skype call. So go check out stankpodcast.com and choose the tier that works best for you. Danny, not a lot of news going on this week, but there are 3 topics I wanted to talk about because one of them I'm going to scream about. And yes, it's the Snyder Cut.
Go off, King.
But we'll go to that in a second. Danny, first, I want to ask you, did you see this game Maneater?
No, I haven't, but you were talking this game up like it's a game changer.
It might be a game changer, dude. So you play a shark, a little sharky boy. Okay. You got teeth, you got a fin, and you got the ability to swim. And you're going around and you're just munching on people's butts.
My head is basically like a shark's fin.
It's basically Jaws.
Okay.
And
where can I find this game, bitch?
It's anywhere, literally. Anywhere. I've never been able to do that with a straight face.
Cheap pop.
It's super cheap pop. You can find this game anywhere. It looks incredible. You can mutate too. You could become like an electric shark.
Wow.
And I kind of, looking at this game, I didn't know how bad I needed to play as a shark to eat people. You know what I mean? Like, it looks really cool. Danny, I have a question for you. If you were to be any animal in a video game, like it would be a game based on the animal. We've had Goat Simulator. We've had Maneater. I think I'm trying to think of other ones. We had a duck game recently, Untitled Goose Game or something.
Yes.
What animal do you think needs a game, and what would you want it to be?
It would be a cool RPG being a lion, and you could start your own pride and shit, and you would have to strategically plan out how to catch a gazelle and shit, and you constantly would be challenged. It would be basically Clash of Clans, but Clash of Prides.
Clash of Pride. That's what I call it anytime Becca and I get into an argument.
Yeah, and you can make a pride, and Clash of Clans, depending on trophies that you get throughout doing shit and helping out the pride. Whoever has the most trophies is the alpha. The
alpha? The lead, the head of the pride? I like that, dude. Yeah. And then
and then you could have pride wars.
Pride wars. Oh. You can be king of my jungle. You can do it. You can be king all over my jungle.
Gosh. You want to know what's funny is those exact words have been used in a porno for sure.
You think so?
Yes, dude.
Give me a sentence right now that you think has never been used in a porno.
Oh my God, this rocket shit feels so good in my ass.
No, that's been there. 100% that's got to have been there.
Let me try again.
How about I respect you? No shot that's been in a porno. This will look great on your resume. That might have been there. They have a lot of delivery boys, I think.
I was watching a porno once when I was 16, and this guy was having sex with this girl, and he made her say hi to her parents.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I immediately turned it off, and I was like, first of all, I started thinking about my parents, and then I was just
naturally.
Yo. And then I remember just being yo, this is too much.
Naturally, you think about
terrifying. Terrifying.
I remember when I was 16, there was
porno is so fucking weird.
Dude, I stand by that. I believe that to the day I die, and you guys all make fun of me because you think I lie about it.
I don't watch porno anymore.
Who else is in that room?
No, I'm by myself. I'm by myself.
Oh, I've been saying this for how long now, and you guys think I'm bullshitting?
I think there's a little bit of bullshit.
How?
Because porn is everywhere.
Dude, it is a very strange concept, and I can't see past that. I can't that's one of the reasons, the same reason why I'm not a fan of reality TV. I'm not a fan of porn, because you look at both and you're this is all BS. It's just admit it. You know what I mean? This is not what real life should be, and this is presenting a toxic view of what people think life should be. Listen, I remember I was like 15 or 16 once watching a porn, and this guy made this girl grab a guitar and like sing as she was getting a whole lot of him. And it's just like, out of all the things you can ask her to do, like you need the most coordination for a guitar. You would imagine, you know, like that doesn't really work well.
What song was she singing?
It was like a made up one. She was like, yeah, here I'm getting fun and it feels so good.
You know what I'm going to do right after this?
Clip that?
Clip it. 100% I need to go find this porn. What else?
If you find it, I will be so proud of you.
Yo, you know what I'm into right now? Guitar stuff.
Guitar stuff. Dude, she just went off on straight like 10 hammer-ons and then, you know, got throttled.
Yo, I'm really into like karaoke porn right now.
And I will tell
somebody once fucking told me fuck. Oh my god.
Oh man. Yeah. With arms wide open.
Fuck.
I'm shocked Miles didn't run out yet.
Nah, he's all right. He's like, what? Who's singing?
He's like, what are you doing out there?
I'm trying to. You guys want to lay a track down?
You want to lay a track? Movies to be video games. Danny.
You guys want to lay a track?
All right, so you'd go.
I'm the star of the show, by the way.
You'd go with a lion. I like that. I'd want to go with something that flies.
Okay.
So like, there's been a lot of bald eagles by my house recently. So like, I want to be a bald eagle and like own something. And it's like, you just need to live to survive. So like, you need to attack little rodents, and you also need to pick up like food. You need to pick it up and bring it to your home.
Okay.
And put it in and feed your children. And I want to be able to birth children. And I want to, like, as I birth them, I want to be able to chew the food and spit it in their mouth like birds do. And then as they're getting bigger, they will be able to be a part of my little unit, which I think a group of crows is called a murder. So a group of eagles is probably called a coven. So I want my coven of eagles to just be like the baddest in the land. And like, we'll be flying over places and we'll find like other like birds of prey and we'll take them out. Like I'll find an osprey or like a red-tailed hawk and I'll just like flap my wings at them very hard and let them know they're not welcome here. And if they don't listen, my coven of eagle, which multiple of eagle is eagai, my coven of eagai are going to fly over and just like spray everyone with their proud, like beauty and let them know that if they don't leave, they're in trouble.
What the fuck are you talking about? Also, the plural of eagles is eagle is eagles.
I don't know about that. I think it's eagai.
There's no chance it's eagai.
And a group of it's a coven of eagai.
A coven of eagai.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I know exactly what I'm talking about. What are you talking about?
This is FedEx giving you a call back again.
Are you just listening to voicemails?
Wait.
You all gave us the 412 Southeast 15.
I'll tell you this. That is the reason I answered it is because I'm getting my sperm tested.
For what?
Just for fun.
That's not something you do for fun, Danny.
Yeah, it is.
No. There's a couple reasons why you find out if your fish swim.
No, it was just something I've been thinking about.
Why have you been thinking about whether your fish swim or not?
Don't worry about it.
Good for you. Hey, I just want to let you know. Hey, I love you and I support you.
Thank you. I just want to make sure my cock works.
Listen, your cock probably works. Your fish you need to worry about.
Hey! You're right.
Oh, God, Danny. I really want to get this game Man-Eater. And you know who would love it? The wiener slave out of it, too? Josh. Josh is such a super meathead when it comes to sharks. That kid literally, like, puts an alert in his phone for Shark Week every year.
Oh, that kid loves sharks so fucking hard. He's like, I love Jaws. Yo, I fucking love Jaws.
Joe, you guys should do a video about, like,
fucking Jaws.
If Jaws were real and he had feet, what would he do? Josh, that sounds awful.
No, be cool.
Kimura lock.
If
Guys, you need to realize Josh is the most handsy kid physical person I think I've ever met.
Kid physical. I thought that was Espo.
Espo used to be kid physical back in the day. Now he's kid instigation.
Oh, what's he been doing?
He is kid instigation. Well, I'm just saying, from what I know of Espo, he'll be like, "Oh, Danny, that's a really nice fantasy football win you had."
What a fucking piece of shit.
Oh, wait, you didn't win. I beat you. Oh.
I had so much smoke for Espo, and I didn't do it.
Dude, I remember that week you were like, yo, listen, I might not show up next week if Espo wins. I just want to be very transparent with you. And I was like, all right, just let me know.
God. I let Espo off the hook big time.
Probably. It's also funny because he knows about college, not college sports, but he knows a lot about sports as it is now. But up until 2012, he didn't know the first names of a lot of players. So he'll be like, oh, T. Owens and C. Johnson. Yeah, great WRs, dude.
Just loves wrestling men.
Oh, Espo loves grabbing guys.
Loves grabbing guys.
That's why him and Pete are a match made in heaven.
We get some GGs in the chat. Grabbing guys.
Yeah, that's why him and Pete are a match made in heaven, because they love being kid physicals with each other.
It's incredible.
All right, Danny. I wanted to talk about this because we talked about it last week.
Yeah.
Last week we got the announcement of the Snyder Cut. We got some more information this week. Okay. Some people tried coming at me in the Instagram comments. Okay.
That they did.
They tried telling me I don't know what I'm talking about.
I'm pulling it up too because I want to read this back and forth.
And there was no back and forth. They tried saying something. I ended it real quick. I want to let you know something. There's nothing I come on here and talk about that I don't have enough information about. If I don't know something, I say I don't know. Guess what? I know about this stuff. Okay. Justice League was a financial flop. Okay. It was a $300 million movie that didn't even make back. It made what? $657, which they said in order to break even after the double the money from the budget, then the marketing, they said they needed in order to break even, get 750 something million. Didn't even make that, dog. This movie was a flop. Now they're saying, oh, it's going to cost $30 million to do the Snyder Cut. No, it's not. The head of Warner came out and said, I wish it would cost that much. It's going to cost more. They're pouring more money into this movie that is not even going to break even. Financially, that's a dumb move. And I understand they're trying to pull people in for HBO Max because let's be honest, no one's going to pay $15 a month to go and watch Friends and Big Bang Theory. And there have been other director's cuts. Yeah, there have been other director's cuts. Tell me where it has completely turned a movie around for you. The Richard Donner cut of Superman 2. Okay, yeah, good movie, but guess what? It was a good movie to begin with. Oh, Zack Snyder, 2 other director's cuts to his name in Watchmen and in Batman vs. Superman. Added more stuff to it, made it a little more convoluted. But guess what? Watchmen as a product itself is a very convoluted story. There's not much you can do without making that movie a series. And Batman vs. Superman, there was too many plot points as it was. Putting more stuff in there. You think that adding 20 minutes of footage and finding out the guy that got his head blown off at the beginning of the movie was Jimmy Olsen really made it a better movie? No. Listen.
Go off, gang.
Don't you ever come at me like I ain't ready for this. I know exactly what I'm talking about. This movie, and they're saying, and now they've come out and said, 20, 30 million? No, it's going to be more than that. Oh, reshoots with the original cast? No, ain't going to happen. They're putting in, they're putting in like characters like, dude, you want to see Darkseid for 30 seconds at the beginning of the movie? You're going to get ready to pay. Oh, dude, awesome. What a great trade-off. I get to see a guy as Darkseid go, oh, whoa, man. Open up my checkbook. I'll write the check for the 4 years right up front. Listen, I stand by. I'm happy for Zack Snyder. I understand there was a horrible personal tragedy that took him from making the movie he wanted to make.
What
but
happened?
The answer, his daughter committed suicide.
Oh, geez.
And that's when Joss Whedon stopped in. Listen, this movie was originally supposed to be a 2-parter. And if it was left as a 2-parter, it probably would have included everything that you're getting in the Snyder Cut and then a little bit more that might flesh it out and make it a better movie. They have not known how to handle this movie or this universe, the DCEU, whatever they call it now, Worlds of DC, whatever. They have not known how to handle it from the start. They were in competition with Marvel. They tried to rush it, and it did not work out. They juggled this movie and they dropped it like an egg on the floor. There was friggin' eggshell and egg yolk all on the floor, and now they're trying to scoop it up into their hand and put it in the pan to make it and cook it for you. But guess what? There's still eggshells all in that little scrambled eggy that you're going to be having.
Off, King.
I'm going off, dog. Don't like when people. And now,
what did they say? What did they say exactly to you?
They said something along the lines of like, dude, maybe there have been plenty of director's cuts. Maybe you should research this stuff before you talk about it.
Woo!
And you know what? Good on them. Honestly, good on them for coming at me with the heat. I like that. If you're going to come at me with heat, just come at me with heat. That's fine. This is just fun. This is fun. Let's hug and kiss. Let's talk about our butts. Let's sit on things that vibrate.
You handle heat well.
I do handle heat well. Unlike other people. I think you understand you don't handle heat well.
Oh, you mean I get angry?
No, you just you get a little defensive.
Oh yeah, I'm defensive as shit.
It's okay.
I'm also one of the most emotional people on planet Earth.
I saw this clip from the Basement Yard. Shout out Basement Yard. Go check it out. Even though they're doing much better than us. I will say I stand by. I don't think financially this was a good move. I think there's fingerprints all over this movie as it is. If they had left it the way that – if they wanted this movie to succeed, they should have left it in Zack Snyder's hands from the beginning and stopped trying to force feed us another MCU but with the DC characters.
Ja feel.
And now all these fan campaigns are coming out. Danny, let me ask you this.
Yes.
I don't know if you saw, but David Ayer, director of the Suicide Squad, says now the Ayer cut of Suicide Squad exists, and would you want to see that?
No, the movie sucked ass.
What else can you add to that movie to make it better?
Hopefully not more fucking Jared Leto, I'll tell you that.
That's exactly what he said he has.
Yes.
He's like, I have scenes where Jared Leto does work for the Enchantress and they help each other out. Yo, all honesty.
Boring.
Danny, realistically, how much better could that movie be?
That movie could have been better if they just didn't cast Jared Leto as the Joker, man.
Like, outside of that, like, the villain is the Enchantress. Listen, Cara Delevingne, beautiful young woman.
Didn't do shit.
Has found her voice. Not right for acting, in my opinion. I don't think I've seen her in something and been like, she got it.
No.
This movie bumbled her. Stumbled its way through the villains with her and her brother. Like, it just – and then another – like a lazy Skybeam. Like, it's – I don't know what they could do to this movie to make it better.
Listen,
I'll tell you this, longer is not the answer.
Absolutely not. And the first thing is, you're going to roll out a movie like Suicide Squad. Enchantress, I understand that she's big in the comic books. Cool. Not big, though, for the regular viewer. You got to go with some big boppers here.
Yeah.
You got to go with some big boppers. Like, nobody gave a shit about Enchantress.
I'll tell you this, though. The best parts of that movie were Harley Quinn and Deadshot.
Yes.
But they're saying that like something that would be in the Ayer cut would be like an untold like romantic storyline between the two. Like, I don't think that's gonna make the movie better.
They made that movie already, and it was like some weird like robbery movie.
Oh yeah, what was it? I don't remember. Focus or something like that, right?
Yeah, some shit.
I legitimately don't think that there's much. And also, some of the issues with that movie were that like the needle drops. Like, listen, I love music, and personally, some of the music that they had in there, Ballroom Blitz, Sympathy for the Devil, I love that stuff. The introductions to the characters. What are you going to do to fix that? You're going to tell me he has 40 more minutes to introduce each of those characters? I don't think it's going to help. I don't think that exists, and even if it did, it's not the answer.
Like, also, what the fuck do we need that for?
Dude, you think I care about Slipknot? No. You think I care about Diablo? No.
Yo, Diablo sucks.
Dude, that movie, like, this is what is going to happen now. And I really, if you're a Snyder Cut fan and you legitimately wanted to see it, I'm so happy for you. I am, because guess what? There is a chance where this movie can be great. It can really, really be great. Do I think it will happen?
Don't backtrack.
I'm not backtracking. Every movie has a chance of being great. It really does. There is a chance that this movie could be great. However, I don't think the way to make this movie better is to just add a bunch of stuff. I think that if you're a Snyder Cut fan and you're legitimately happy and excited for this, I'm super pumped for you. This is now giving umbrage to people to just want movies that they like to be remade because they think it didn't line up with their vision or the director's vision. Sometimes movies are just not good, guys.
Yeah. I think people, when it comes to stuff from like their childhood, it's hard for people to like say like something's bad. And I think Justice League was hard for people to say that it was bad. Justice League was a bad movie.
Justice League was an inconsistent movie.
Yeah.
Justice League, on the unfortunate reality is that Zack Snyder didn't get to finish the movie he wanted to do. If he had been attached the entirety of the time, it might have been a very different story. But unfortunately, he wasn't. So we got half a movie that was in his style, half a movie that was in Joss Whedon's. You know?
I just hate when. How do I say this the right way?
Go off, King. Go it. Do it.
I think they should have just canceled the movie until he was ready to do it.
Bingo. Push
You know
the
what I
movie
mean?
back instead of rushing it out.
Like a part of me feels like it's a little disrespectful. Like I understand people have like timelines, but like this guy went through something so horrible that he'll never recover from.
Ever.
But like that's his art and that's the way he expresses himself. Like I would have waited. And I think the world would have been able to understand, like, listen, we're waiting because we want Zach to finish this thing.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't remember off the top of my head if it was Shigeru Miyamoto or if it was Satoru Iwata, but it was someone from Nintendo and they said, listen, a rushed game is never good.
Yep.
A delayed game can be better. Like, I mean, like it can be good. You know what I mean? Like if you sit there and you rush a product out, that is the taste that people are going to have in its mouth. Look at Cats. Look what they did with Cats. They rushed Cats out. Listen, Cats was a bad idea from the beginning, period. But they rushed Cats out with such bad CGI that they then literally said, like, oh, we're going to release it again with better CGI. Why?
Nobody gives a shit, yeah.
If the CGI is not ready, I understand you have deadlines to make. You need to be transparent with the people that need to know and need to push it back. Delay a movie. Look at Sonic. Dude,
Yeah.
Sonic said, you know what? This isn't right. Let's delay it. What did they do? Sonic came out. Pretty enjoyable movie.
I think people have a hard time. Like, I feel like people in Hollywood have these huge egos when it's like, no, we have to put this out at this time. I know there's a lot of money tied up in stuff, and advertising and shit. Like, I understand, like, money's being burned. But, like, I think fan service is what's going to make your longevity. Like, nobody wants to see another Justice League movie because the first one sucked. So now it's like, if you do the fan service and you roll it out the right way and you make the movie the way it was supposed to be made, people are going to want to see a second one. This Justice League did not make me feel anything beyond, okay, it was an okay movie that kind of sucked.
Dude, it's the saying. Have you ever heard the saying, is a bird in the hand worth two in the bush?
No,
They had
and
the
I
bird-
have no idea what that means.
That basically means, like, I have this pen in my hand right now, but there's a possibility that there's two in that bush right there that are just as, like, so I can have two. The conversation, like, basically it's relating it back to this, is like they had an incomplete movie that they rushed out, and was that worth losing a little bit to push the money to losing a little bit of money to push it back to make it better?
What do you think?
You know what I mean? Personally,
Yeah.
given the horrific personal tragedy Zack Snyder went through,
Right.
and given how much money was on the line, I would have pushed it back. Now, listen,
I agree with you.
grass is always greener. People are always going to say they would have done something different if the first option failed. But it's just like, if you have the opportunity to sit there and let someone take the time they need to heal and give the studio more time to perfect the product they're trying to put out, you have a better shot at making something better.
Just take your time. That's why
But that's not what works in Hollywood. Hollywood's all about haste, man. We need this. We need this yesterday. We need it yesterday.
Listen, another reason why I think they're putting this Snyder cut out is because they're trying to recoup some of that loss.
Well, I mean, they're going to recoup the loss, but they're putting themselves farther in debt.
No, because doesn't HBO have to buy the rights to have it on HBO?
No, because HBO's parent company is Warner, and Warner owns the rights to the movie anyways.
That's right. So then
It's costing them more money. And that's why I said, do they really think that the subscribers from a $15 a month subscription service that people are already streaming service that people are already confused about, you think that's going to be the solution?
And their problem is they got HBO Go, HBO Now, HBO Max. Like, what the fuck is all this shit?
Dude, Literally, the only difference is that HBO Max is going to have HBO Max like exclusive stuff and Friends and Big Bang Theory and South Park. Yes, I know South Park will be there. That's a bit of a draw for you, but is it really that much of a draw?
My favorite show of all time, that is like my favorite animated show of all time. Yeah. Why are they leaving? I didn't know that. They're leaving Hulu?
Mm-hmm. Are you doing tricep dips with a coconut?
No. My triceps are just getting really good now because I swim a lot. This is fucking news to me.
Are you pissed?
Yeah, I'm fucking pissed.
You better be.
Oh, what am I going to do?
Show me your
I'm not buying that.
Show me your teeth. Show them. Don't do that.
Yo, I get like heart palpitations. You ever get those?
I'll tell you this. Recently, because of the stress I've been under with my license, my heart's not been feeling good. Got a bad heart right now.
Do you check your blood pressure?
No, and I'm probably better off for not.
Do you think you have any hypochondriac traits?
Hypochondriac?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think that to an extent, this coronavirus stuff has made me a lot more sensitive to like a tickle in my throat.
The second wave is coming, my friend.
I know, and it's terrifying because people are sitting there acting like nothing is going on and states are reopening, and the president of the United States said that we're not closing down if a second wave comes. And I'm not going to get political here, but I don't agree with that.
No, I'm staying my fucking ass inside, bro. Or I'm going to small fucking places where I know they're doing the mandates with masks and all that. I'm not going out to like party and eat.
Dude,
I'm going to get essentials.
I spoke to someone earlier that had friends come over their place yesterday and they went out to a bar. And I'm like, why? It's insane.
I think I know who you're talking about.
No, you definitely don't.
Oh, okay.
You definitely don't. Danny, on top of the Ayer cut and the Suicide Squad stuff, because I agree with you, I don't think they can do anything. The Ayer cut can come out, and I could see another 30 minutes of Jared Leto being all honka, and it's not going to do anything. Now there's a fan campaign to make Solo 2 happen. The sequel to 2018's Solo: A Star Wars Story.
That movie sucked.
You weren't a fan of Solo 2?
Solo sucked ass.
Why?
Because it was trash. That movie felt rushed.
Well, I'll tell you this. Behind the scenes, it was a shit show because it was originally, tell me I don't know about this, you commenters. Behind the scenes, it was originally directed by Phil Lord and Chris Miller, the guys that made, produced Into the Spider-Verse, guys that made Lego Movie, guys that made Cloudy with a Chance of Shmeatball.
All good movies.
Yeah. And they like finished the movie, and then Disney was like, no, that's not what we want. So they redid almost like the entire movie in Ron Howard, like with Ron Howard in the director's chair. Listen, I thought Solo, to be honest, was aggressively okay. I was like, this is fine. I didn't think it was a good Star Wars movie because I didn't really care. There were things in there that felt very cheap. The way he gets his name, they're like, who are you? And he's like, what's your name? And he's like, Han. And they're like, who are you with? And he's like, I'm alone. They're like, all right, Solo it is. And it's like, God damn it. Like, so literally, come on.
Another thing about that movie, too, is like, I feel this era, we've been let down by a lot of movies. Lion King, let down for me. Aladdin, let down for me. Cats, I mean, I didn't like Cats to begin with, but that movie was a mockery, and I had to see it with my own two eyes. The best, I'm going to say, the last Star Wars movie, I watched it again.
Wait, are you talking Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah. Remember how we said it sucked?
Yeah.
I think we were 100% right about that.
Okay, thank God. I was about to be like, Danny, what?
It was just like, it's too weird, and like, why didn't her and Finn hook up? And it's like, what is this love story? Then they're kissing, and They teleport fucking. That was actually cool, but like they could teleport shit and like. I was like, this is so dumb.
Miles, you want to come say hi to Danny?
Miles,
He said he doesn't want to go say hi to you. He's going to play baseball.
tell him I'm so angry that I'm gonna cry.
Miles, please don't drag our brand new pillow on the floor and come say hi to Danny. He said he's gonna. If you don't say hi to him, he's gonna cry.
Oh,
He's crying. He's crying right now, Dan. Come on. Yeah, come say hi. Just come say hi. All right, he's not feeling you right now.
Puerto Rican. That kid doesn't fool me for a second.
¿Por qué tú eres una boricua?
Yeah.
Or boricuo from Boy? I don't know.
Is Becca still dressed like a decoy from To Catch a Predator?
Yes, she's still dressed like a To Catch a Predator decoy. Yeah.
Just come in. I'll be right out.
Just make yourself at home. I need a shower real quick.
Please have her come in here and just be like, I made you cookies. Ask her.
Babe, can you scream from the other room? I made you cookies. I'll be right down. Perfect.
No, I'm all right.
Miles, you want to say hi now? Yeah. All right. That's what I'm talking about.
Hi!
Oh, my God. Just screamed and dipped.
Dude, my heart dropped into my asshole just now.
This kid just screamed high and literally took off. I don't know if you saw that.
No, he scared the ever-loving shit out of me. I'm not going to lie. I was pretending to cry and just said, bah! Has Miles ever caught you guys like hanging out?
No, he's not. No, he has not. He doesn't. We've been very careful.
Good for you.
Yeah. He didn't catch me the other day. He was like, we were talking about cigars. He goes, you don't smoke cigars. And I was like, no, and I never will. You want to say hi one more time? Can you not scream into the mic?
Okay.
Okay, don't scream. Okay, don't scream. Okay.
Frig!
Oh, there it is.
That kid, what a cutie pie. He's the star of the show.
Yeah, he is. He's way better than both of us combined.
We need to go to Comic-Con with him.
Oh, that's probably a bad idea.
What? We should make this. What? What's the matter?
I would be very scared about losing him.
No, we'll put a leash on him.
A leash? You want to put a leash on a 5-year-old?
Yeah, dude. Let's go. We'll go full Karen.
Oh, damn. All right. If we got to dress like Karens though too.
I love that white women are Karens.
It's so funny. I need to wear a shirt that says like coffee o'clock. You know?
Lock up the Karens.
I need a shirt that says coffee o'clock, or I'll wear a shirt that says, yes, I know that guac is extra.
Can I park here?
Oh, God. And then
There's an African-American man harassing me.
Yeah, you heard that woman got fired?
Yeah, she should.
Did you
Then
see
she chokes her own dog. The dog's like, yeah.
I saw a video yesterday of a dog like at a police station. It's like, damn, even the dog snitched on her.
There's an African-American man harassing me.
Danny, back to Solo because I don't want to continue to talk about this. Would you want to see a second movie?
No, I don't give a shit, man. No, I'm good. I'm good.
I don't care.
Save everything.
Damn. All right, Danny. We got one last thing to talk about before we get to the VMs in our DMs.
VMs in our DMs. That's how Michael McDonald sang it.
I like that. Keep that locked and loaded. I need it in a couple minutes. Danny, so it looks like still scheduled for release, the first movie to be released back when theaters open, as of right now, is going to be Chris Nolan's Tenet, which I have no clue what it's about. And it seems like the story is confusing the actors in it as well, because John David Washington, the lead actor in it, came out and said, like, yeah, we were pretty confused too.
That's not good.
Not good.
Another thing, there's two things that are promised in Christopher Nolan movies. One, you're going to be confused about a good amount of it, and you're going to hear squawk,
Yeah.
squawk at some point.
I'm pretty sure every like, what year did Inception come out? 2010. I think, dude, every single movie that came out like for like 2 years afterward, their trailer had a whoa. Whoa.
It's like, this is really good. I like the way this sounds, but I just feel like we could throw in one more, or maybe two. Squawk, squawk. I'm like, dude, this sound is horrendous. Stop it. What do you think's the best score of all time?
It's got to be either John Williams' original Star Wars. My God, is it beautiful?
Yeah.
I mean, anything John Williams has done. I mean, between I thought you were farting. I'm thinking either Star Wars or Indy, or even his later stuff into doing, like Home Alone.
I forgot he did Home Alone.
Yeah, I remember I watched the movies that made us on Netflix, and they talked about that.
What do you think of the Social Network score? I liked it.
Was that John Williams?
Boom,
I gotta be honest with you, I don't really remember. I also remember
because I didn't get into the Phoenix.
I remember when I was in college, actually, when I would like write papers, I would listen to movie scores on my a loop.
Yes.
And one that I heard, and it was like incredible. Have you ever heard the score to like Lawrence of Arabia?
No, I've seen it, but I never dived
Go
into
listen to it. It's good. It's a goodie. But Danny, so I was gonna ask you. That's not Lawrence of Arabia, but
I know it's the good, bad, and the ugly. You fuck. Yeah. I'm an old Trump guy.
Oh no.
That's it.
He needs to talk like this through his teeth.
Get all of these Mexicans out of this barbershop.
Yeah, get off my lawn. And didn't you recently make a movie where he was just like crushing threesomes?
Yeah, I think so. It's like the Mule or some shit.
Yeah, good for you. We're talking about Clint Eastwood, if you guys don't know. Danny, I was going to ask you here, are there any movie or TV shows that you can't get behind because they just make you feel like a dummy?
Big Bang Theory.
That show makes you feel like an idiot?
That show fucking sucks.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not a big fan of that show either, but what I'm asking you is that show makes you feel like an idiot?
Oh, you mean like I'm not smart enough? Westworld, 100%.
I was just going to say Westworld.
Westworld. I feel dumb because I shouldn't be watching The Big Bang Theory, and none of the Big Bang Theory has never made me laugh once. The fact that so many people love that show is unbelievable to me.
Yeah. I'm with you on that one. I don't understand it, but dude, Westworld, I'm watching it and I'm watching it. I'm paying attention and I'm just like, even when I'm paying attention, everything's flying over my head.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, not only is it because like season 1 spoilers a little bit, because I finished season 1. I'm on my way through season 2, but like they also jump through time with no explanation.
Well, season 2's so confusing.
Okay, great. Awesome.
Did you like the season 1 finale?
It was pretty predictable, to be honest with you. I thought it was good.
You knew he was going to get smoked?
I knew he was going to get smoked. There was no way.
Anthony
I kind of knew that
was going to stay on a show.
Yeah, bingo. But the only thing that was really a surprise to me was the reveal of who the Man in Black was, which I won't give too much away. But
how good is Ed Harris, though?
He's incredible. He's great.
Amazing.
And I was really happy to see Jimmy Simpson, kind of through that show as another character, kind of do like showing some acting chops, because all I've seen him in is pretty much Sonny.
Yeah.
One of the McPoyles.
You will call her.
Speaking of that, just actually got renewed for a 15th season, making it the longest live action comedy of all time.
It's the best. A lot of bad episodes, though.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do? You can't hit them all out the park, right?
I feel you.
Yeah, Westworld is definitely one for me. And
great music.
You know what else was like that? Did you see movie that came out a couple of years ago? It's Natalie Portman. Speaking of Westworld, Tessa Thompson's in it. Janet Jason Leigh, I believe, is in it.
The Work?
No. Natalie. Portman. It's on the tip of my tongue, and now it's gonna bother me. Annihilation. There we go.
No.
Annihilation. Did you see it?
No.
It was interesting to watch, but like I was sitting there and I was like, it's by the guy Alex Garland. He also did Ex Machina, which Ex Machina was a little more on the nose, but like watching Annihilation, I was just like, what is going on?
You know, it was a weird movie too. V for Vendetta. I saw that at such a weird time in my life. I was like, what is this?
Dude, I could not. I got into like the last time I ever got into like a Facebook spat with someone, I was in college, and on the 5th of November, everyone and their mother in my college would literally post their statuses, remember, the 5th of November. And at one point, I was just like, yeah, this is stupid. And this girl like went off on me. And she was like, is it cultural, like important date? And I'm like, dude, you guys are not posting it because of that. You're posting it because of this fucking movie.
Yes. Natalie Portman. Still hot?
Still got it. Beautiful. Beautiful woman.
Beautiful woman.
All right, Danny. Moving on to a segment that we like to call DMs in our DMs.
DMs and doing through DMs.
All right, Danny. This is a segment of our show where we ask you guys to send voice messages into our little stinky pink direct messages for a chance to get a shout out. To get a shout out on the air, as well as we'll read the question and answer it. So this week we got one from our friend on Instagram, Emil Odendahl, and he asks,
What be thick, juicy, delicious, stanky little daddies? It's your boy here, all the way from South Africa. And my question today is, which boss fight in a video game made you feel the most like a piece of shit for beating?
that's a toughie. I'm going to take feel like a piece of shit is like I felt bad because what I did was wrong. I would have to say like all of Shadow of the Colossus.
It's killing wild beast.
Yeah. First of all, great question, Emil.
What you used to call your horse in that game?
Yeah. When you like look back on that game after you find out what happens, that one I felt bad about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then also it's like I don't want to spoil the game, but like she comes back to life.
There you go. Well, you didn't want to spoil it, but you did. What
if
else?
you haven't
Any other
played
boss-
Shadow of the Colossus from 30 years ago, I'm sorry.
what other boss battles can you think of made you feel bad?
M. Bison.
Why did that make you feel bad? He's like the ultimate villain.
No, there's two. Listen, can you hear? I'm gonna tell you why. Two ends of the spectrum. One that made me feel bad. M. Bison made me feel bad because he made me feel stupid every time he beat me. So like I actually felt bad, like dumb as a person. Every time he would beat me, he would just go, I'd be like, you fucking bastard. But the one that made me feel bad the most is when you, in Metal Gear Solid, Snake Eater, when you have to shoot the boss. And it's sad as shit.
Oh, yeah.
And then you find out that she wasn't a traitor to America. And no one can ever find out that she wasn't a traitor. And Snake salutes her and cries at the same time. Always feel bad killing the boss.
Damn. That's a good one. Yeah, I've never really gone through all the MGS games, so I can't speak too much on that. But that is a goodie.
Yes.
Tis a goodie. All right, and then we got one more VM in our DM. Great question by our friend Emil.
Shout out Emil.
What is up, Dan and Frank? Huge fan of the show. Listen every week, and honestly, you guys are like single-handedly getting me through this semester, so thank you for that.
Thanks, baby.
Anyway, I have a couple questions about a throwback show. Came out a while ago, but still very curious to hear your guys' thoughts. So first, what is your opinion of the show Dexter overall? And secondly, how did you feel about Rita's death? And lastly, what were your thoughts on the series finale? For me, I loved the show, but I definitely didn't like it as much like after they killed off Rita because, even though some people found her annoying, I thought she provided a good balance to Dexter and kind of kept him sane or whatever. And plus, Julie Benz is really hot, so that's a plus. In the series finale, it felt could have been a lot better. But, it's definitely, I've seen worse. So,
Okay, we've heard it now.
Anyway, love you.
Matt, that's from our friend on Instagram, Matt_AKR. So much love, Matt. Thank you so much. I was a big timey fan of Dexter when it came out. I used to watch. It was like appointment viewing for my family and I.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah. Great memes coming out of that. personally, that show should have stopped after season 5.
I agree with you. I think season 5 is a sweet spot for all shows.
Trying to think of other season 5s that are like
Breaking Bad.
Yeah, but Breaking Bad consistently was good, you know?
Yeah, Dexter was consistently good. It was just had an element of it that was just very odd that people were drawn to. The finale ruined the show for me, though. Just like Dexter could have went down as one of the best shows of all time, but they fucked the finale up. Same thing with Game of Thrones.
I mean, to be honest with you, that last season as a whole was kind of all over the place. You had a weird subplot. Not even a subplot. You had a weird subplot. Plot with, you know, his sister finding out he was adopted or she was adopted, and she fell in love with him. I mean, I know that the last season was done by, I'm pretty sure the showrunner was Scott Buck, same guy that did the show running on first season of Iron Fist. A lot of people didn't like, and that failed Marvel Inhuman show. So it seemed like that last season was kind of doomed from the start. Personally, season 5, that should have been right there. I mean, you were not doing better than season 4. Everything that you had built up for 3 seasons prior literally came to a head in season 4. And it's how are you going to up that? You couldn't have. It was too good.
This is why The Sopranos ending is very underrated, because the endings of shows ruin shows. Game of Thrones, the last season of Game of Thrones sucked ass.
Yeah, I mean, there were episodes that were okay, but
it ruined the show. It ruined the show for me.
You can make the argument. I wouldn't say it ruined everything, but it did. It was a poor dessert.
And the Dexter ending was just like, all right, now he's like living in this hotel.
Yeah. Well, all right, Danny, give us a 5 out of 5 stank rating of Dexter the series.
It's still a great show. I'm gonna say 3.8 sharks into your mouth while having sex with a pile of diapers. So it's a good show. Dexter's a
goodie. That's a goodie. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say 3.72, 3.72 moldy Brussels sprouts that you put into your ass and shit out. But at the same time, as you shoot it into a puddle of just like dirt water. You know, this is pretty gross.
Plopping it down.
Yeah.
Outside of a schoolyard.
Oh yeah. It has to be outside of a children's schoolyard.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. I really appreciate it. You know where to find us, the Stank Podcast on Twitter and on Instagram, as well as Patreon. Go support the Patreon and get the exclusive content that's on there. People in our $50 tier get exclusive Skype calls with us, which we'll be setting up with Nathaniel Wright, Nicole Derillo, and U.S. Navy Lady Veteran, as well as an exclusive giveaway for the month of June. So
and my friend code.
Oh, and you get Danny's friend code in Animal Crossing. That's right. Yes. So go check it out. You can follow me, FAlvers8085 on Twitter and on Twitch, where we are approaching our 175 subscriber goal. We get there, we do another 24-hour stream. So if you can help, great. If you can't, don't worry. Just come and hang out anyways. And then the Frank Alvarez on Instagram. And yeah, Danny, sign off, baby.
At Daniel Priori on Instagram and Twitter. You can also find me in Frankie's stream. Are you streaming tonight?
I actually am streaming tonight.
So it's Wednesday. You know what I'm gonna do for you? I'm gonna tweet out your stream tonight. I'm gonna IG your stream tonight. I'm gonna tell them what the goal is. So you'll find me in there tonight. You guys won't see this till Friday, but I'll be in there tonight. Also, go check out Frankie on Cameo, okay? And make sure to check out the Hub, Santa Gato Studios. Go check out Joe's videos on Tuesday. Basement Yard Monday. Joe Tuesday. Wednesday used to be Santa Gato Studios, but everyone's hiding. And go check out OPL Season 9 is coming back. And if you guys don't like that, I have 2 words for you.
Validate me.
Perfect. All right. Thank you guys so much for supporting us. Go ahead, sign up for the Patreon. Frankie, I love you. Go be a fantastic fucking role model to this child that's running around bashing into things.
I like that.
Yeah.